Okay, and we are live. So today we're going to pick up where we left off yesterday. Yesterday we learned how to multiply binomials. We learned a number of methods, but the two most common methods are box and FOIL. So here under warm-up, let's go through some examples. We're not going to use algebra tiles, but we can divide out a 4 from each of these. And so the factored version of this would be 4 open parentheses x plus 3 on, well, I told you just do 3. Over here, I can factor out an x. So that would be x open parentheses 3x plus 4. Okay. So you got, raise your hand if you got those right. Okay, good. Okay, now down here, under, right here, I'm going to show you where I'm at. Right here, find each product. There's only one to do. In this, I just need to do this one time, guys. I need to check the stream health. Everything looks good. Awesome. And my voice looks good. I'm still streaming. Good. Everything's checked. Okay. Just want to make sure that it's actually streaming correctly. Yes. Sure. Okay. Now we're going to factor using FOIL, or I shouldn't say factor. Multiply together using FOIL or box. Which way do you want to use? Box and FOIL. All right. Everybody said FOIL except you. So, and I think that's because FOIL is the prettier one. Okay, here's the half moon method or the crescent moon. Remember, FOIL stands for first, outer, inner, last. So we go from first to first, outer to outer, inner to inner, and last to last. And we make that moon shape, or what Jade Lynn called the claw. Okay. Looks really cool, right? So now what we're going to do is say first times first. That's x times x plus outer times outer, x times 5, plus inner times inner, 2 times x, plus last times last, 2 times 5. Okay, so let's simplify that. X times x is x squared, plus x times 5 is 5x, plus 2 times x is 2x, plus 2 times 5 is 10. And we can combine these terms in the middle.
Please rise for the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you. Happy birthday to Hunter Teamy. Boys and girls soccer today against Tenno Hall here. Girls will start at 5:30 and boys will start at 7:15. Come out and support our students. The class of 2021 is selling chocolate dipped strawberries. Last day to order is Saturday, February 8th. $20 per dozen and $12 per half dozen. They will be delivered on Valentine's Day. See office for more details. Just a reminder, there will be peer tutoring every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 3:45 to 4:30. If you're interested in trying out for cheer, please sign up for Miss Abear in room 122. We encourage all males and females to sign up, even if you've never cheered before. There will be a FFA chapter meeting Tuesday, February 11th at 6:30 p.m. Come join us and have fun. Have a great day and feel someone's ride this week.
Okay, so now we're going to write the final product. I'm going to have to write it up here. So the first term is x squared. And then what's 5x plus 2x? Plus 10. Okay, if you had done the box method, you would do x plus 2. It doesn't matter how you write it, okay? And you would just multiply it all out. This is x squared, 5x, 2x, and 10. And you get the same thing. You combine those terms and you get x squared plus 7x plus 10. Okay? So you get to choose what method you like, unless the problem specifically tells you to use one or the other. All right, that's the warm-up. Now we're getting into the new stuff. Factoring quadratics. Hang on. I want to open up the whiteboard. There. Take your time, Microsoft. It's not like we have a class or anything. All right. Get started. Okay. Never agree to send any data. Let's go. Okay, so here is my question. I have a quadratic equation here, 2x squared plus 3x minus 10. I need to identify the a, b, and c values. Okay, so let me give you a bit more information. Quadratics in standard form are written ax squared plus bx plus c. So what do you think the a value is?
2x.
Just 2. What do you think the b value is? What do you think the c value is? Negative 10. Good. Okay, let's do another one. What's the a value?
-5.
B?
-6.
C?
7.
Okay, now those folks that are saying the answers, don't say any more answers, okay? Because I want you get it. Just want to make sure everybody gets it, how we're calling these letters here. Now I'm going to throw one out here. What's the a value? Who said 3? Correct. What's the b value? What's the c value? So you see, it doesn't matter where they're located. You can find, okay, you can find those values. Let's do another couple of these. This is really, really important that you get used to this. So this is not so much to write down. I just really want you guys looking up to get the idea. So how about this? What's the a value? What's the b value? 1. What's the c value? -9. So she had to put these two together. You might have to do that. Okay, you might have to do that. All right, I just wanted to get that out there. I want to get you to understand what A, B, and C mean. Okay. You need to write down this And you need to write down this. And you need to write down this whole thing. Okay? So you don't have to write, I mean, I suppose you could write the example, but I'm actually going to work the example below. So just write down this, this, and all that. Also, let me remind you, we spent $50 to buy those multicolored highlighters that smell good. They're in the left cabinet, middle shelf, right side. Those flower petal highlighters. If you want to highlight your work like mine, go get you one. Okay? Just make sure you return it when you're done. Also, those click pens are in there. The blue-barreled click pens tend to work well. Those clear-barreled click pens, if you find a clear-barreled click pen, just go ahead and keep it if you want it, because they don't really work very well. The clear ones. Yeah, those blue-barreled click pens, those actually work. Five, 4, I realize we have soccer games tonight. I know people will be busy, but I will be doing the live stream tonight to help with homework, which you will have. Okay? Until the STAR test, you need to be expecting homework about every day. It's just one of those things. And math class is unique. You got to practice every day. Okay, please finish up in the next 30 seconds. This really shouldn't take that long to write. Just remember that taking notes is a two-step process. This is being recorded. So, like someone hopped on the live stream last night and they said, can you go over in the notes where it shows the problem set so I can screenshot it? See? So you can go and see what you missed. Also, every single one of you have copies of this in your OneNote. Very few of you have taken the time to actually set that up. And most of you who did set it up needed my help. So right now, I think there's 5 or 6 people who have OneNote set up and functioning, and there's 120 students. So I really don't understand personally as a human being why you wouldn't sign up for a free app that gives you access to all of the notes that the teacher writes. I don't understand that, but that's just me. It's free for you, and it takes less than 5 minutes to sign up. Also, the textbook, Connect Ed McGraw-Hill textbook, another free resource, lets you get on the textbook for free. I've only seen a few people log into it. I just struggle to understand sometimes. And remember, you don't have to ask to do that. You can just go. Okay, I'm going to move on. So now that we know what A, B, and C mean, when we see a quadratic, we'll be able to talk about them. If C is positive, the factors of the quadratic will have the same sign. If B is positive, those signs will be positive. So if C is positive and B is positive, it will be x plus something times x plus something. If C is negative, the signs will be different. If C is positive but B is negative, then it'll be x minus something times x minus something. All that nonsense, better to work an example. Okay? Not my fault. Not my fault. You can get it later. Don't get frustrated. Just move on. Write this down. Just this first line. Okay? And then write this. Okay, so is C, well, this is what I want you to do for every single one of these problems. Right, A, B, C. What is A? 1. What's B? What's C? Is C positive? So both of these will be the same. Okay? The factors. You're creating the binomial. So you multiplied two binomials together using FOIL or box. Now you're unmultiplying them. You're going in reverse. You're going from a quadratic to binomials. So it's kind of like distribution versus greatest common factor. You're undistributing. That's basically what you're doing. You're undistributing. So C is positive, so the signs will be the same. Is B positive? So that means the signs will be plus. So we're going to put plus, plus. And now, over here, this is where we play our little jigsaw. Okay? This is where we play a little game. All right? Every single time you do this, this is how you do it. Now, this only works when A equals 1. Does A equal 1? Then this will work. Okay. This is the most simple form of factoring. This is called factoring. What we're doing is called factoring a quadratic expression. So let's play this little game. I need two numbers that add to be 6 and multiply to be 8. What are they? Thank you, Nathan. 2 and 4. Does that work? 2 plus 4, is that 6? Katrina, 2 plus 4 is 6. What's 2 times 4? Yeah. So it satisfies both of our requirements. So then we go in here and put 2 and 4. And you're done. You know, are any of you old enough to remember the Staples commercial where they press the button and it goes, that was easy? One person. Okay. All my references, Miss Moore, are starting to not hit with the kids. But even most students, like a lot of kids, have not seen Saw. Nobody in this class has seen Matrix, right? Oh, thank God. Okay, one person. No, not Neighbors. Oh, no. Not Neighbors, The Matrix. Okay, we're going to do another one. Okay, I started it. Okay, let's factor x squared plus 8x plus 15. But before we do that, let's identify what A, B, and C are. Now, if you have already spoken today, you must not speak. We need to gather some information from other members of the class. So you cannot talk if you've talked today so far. What is A? Okay, you cannot talk anymore. What is B? Okay, if you just talked, you cannot talk anymore. What is C? Nice. So is A 1? That means our game will work. Okay. Is B positive? Okay, that means that the signs will be positive. Is C positive? That means the signs will be the same. So down here, I can fill in that this will be plus and this will be plus. So now we have to play a little game. All right. I need two numbers that add to be the middle term and multiply to be the last term. What's the middle term? What's the middle term? 8. What's the last term? So, two numbers that add to be the middle term and multiply to be the last term. 3 plus 5 equals 8. 3 times 5 equals 15. So, my factors are x plus 3 and x plus 5. You got this, guys. Now, you check your answer by foiling or boxing. So I'm going to show box here. Just check. X squared, 3x, 5x, 15. That's x squared plus 3x plus 5x plus 15. Whoa. And that's x squared plus 8x plus 15. Is that my original quadratic? Does this match this? That means you did it right, okay? You can say double check on that. Good. You ready? It's that easy, guys, that easy. Now you're going to do a star question. So let's factor this. Here it is right here. X squared plus 15x minus 54. It says which function is equivalent to blah, blah, blah. All right. So let's first identify what's A, B, and C. Okay. So because C is negative, that means that the signs will be different. And because B is, well, let's just go with that. Let's do this. Open parentheses, close parentheses, open parentheses, close parentheses. You know it's going to be an X here and an X here. You need to find two numbers that add to be 15 and two numbers that those same two numbers multiply to equal 54. Give me the numbers. Negative 54, sorry. You think of the numbers that multiply to be 54 that you know. 9 and 6. Okay, so what's 9 times 6? Right. But the problem is it has to equal negative 54, so you'd have to say negative 9 times positive 6. But if you do that, then it doesn't equal 15 anymore. So you can't, no, you can use your rule. You can't use 9 and 6. There are two other numbers that add to be 15 and multiply to be negative 54. Say it. Let's check. So Sam believes that 18 times 3 will equal 54. Will it? Yes. Now, what do we want the middle term? We want the middle term. We want it to add to be the middle term. The middle term is positive 15. So we want that negative symbol to go with the 3. Look at how this works. 18 plus negative 3 equals positive 15. 18 times negative 3 equals negative 54. Okay, so look, plus 18 minus 3. There it is. What's the answer? What's the answer? Bingo. That's a star question. Got it? You got it? Okay. Anybody got a question about how we just did that? Okay. Just for my folks out there who struggle with this, understand the way how fast Sam did that, it would have taken me half an hour. All right. So just don't feel sluggish. There's some people who are just better at math. I'm not one of them. So I would have gone a lot slower. Okay, good news. Now we're going to learn how to solve the quadratic. You factored the quadratic. You're one step from solving it. Good news. You're literally one step away from solving quadratics. All you have to do is set each of your factors. Okay. Set each of your factors equal to 0 and solve. Okay. Let's do this one. X squared plus 14x plus 24. Two numbers that add to be 14. Whoa. Two numbers that add to be 14 and multiply to be 24. They had to be 10. 12 and 2. Nathan, good job. 12 and 2. Now, we are going to, so here, 12 plus 2 is 14. 12 times 2 is 24. Now, here's how we solve the quadratic. Okay, there's going to be two solutions. You do x plus 12 equals 0 and x plus 2 equals 0. Now you solve these little tiny simple math problems. Okay? So x equals negative 12 and x equals negative 2. See that? Guys, it's really that easy. So these are what we call the solutions. These are what we call the zeros. These are what we call the roots. These are what we call the x-intercepts. That last part, x-intercepts. Okay? This is something I want to teach you. So x squared plus 14x plus 24 was the original quadratic, right? Say it again, x squared plus 14x plus 24. X squared, thank you, check this out, guys. It's going to blow your mind. Let's see where they cross. Where? Mm-hmm. Okay, look. Do you see the correspondence now? These are the x-intercepts. Negative 12 and negative 2. Look, negative 12 and negative 2. This is one x-intercept. There's the other x-intercept. That's how you solve the quadratic. Now, congratulations. If you understood what I just did, all right, there's more stuff going on, but basically, you're ready to do your Delta Math homework that I've assigned you. Okay? I have also assigned you these 9 problems. Okay, so again, if you're not going to take the time to get on OneNote and you don't think that you're going to get on the live stream, you need to take a picture of this because this is due tomorrow. You need to do it in your math journal. Remember, on Delta Math, every problem you do that requires work to do needs to go in your math journal, and you number it using the unique ID. So right now, I believe you have 2 or 3 assignments on Delta Math that are due here in the next couple of days. Do not fall behind right now. Just take all your other priorities and just move them off the table. Okay, I'm going to say this right now. If you are struggling to understand this, it is your responsibility to get help. You have to let me know. I have many students in this room who constantly keep in communication with me on Remind and through that live stream so I know exactly where they are. Some of you I have never heard from, ever. So I need you to be a little bit more of an advocate for yourself and treat me like a tutor who your parents are paying, which is basically what I am. Your parents pay the taxes that fund my salary. So use my services that are provided to you. Don't struggle alone. All right. Great class today. We didn't get to the stickers, so tomorrow we'll do the stickers. Let me turn off the live stream real quick before everybody starts talking. Thanks, guys, for a great class. Appreciate you joining us.